So there's a question that young ladies of marriageable age often ask about relationship. And I thought that today, in this episode, I should provide some kind of perspective in the bid to provide some kind of answers to that question. There's actually also another one that young ladies ask, that I will provide an answer to in another of my episodes. But this particular one I want to provide perspective to is the one that they would often ask whether they can marry someone that they earn more than. That is, you are married to a person, a man, and the man is earning less than you are earning. So you are wondering if at the beginning of your courtship or as you are about to start a relationship that will lead to marriage, you begin to wonder in your mind, can I marry somebody like that? Or someone like that has proposed to you actually and has requested your hand in marriage, and you feel that checking all the boxes, you've ticked them correctly. The only one you are concerned about is you are earning more than this man, and you are thinking that, is it a question mark? Can I go ahead? Something I can overlook? I like to provide some kind of perspective to that question in the minds of many young ladies today. The other one that I said I will provide perspective to, watch out for it in another video, is when young ladies want to know whether they can marry somebody they are older than. What should be the age difference that will be acceptable, that will be an acceptable limit. I'll provide an answer to that also in another of my episodes. But the one in question today is, can I marry someone as a lady, as a young lady, someone is proposing to me or someone has proposed to me in a relationship, but it is very obvious that at the moment I am earning more than that person. So I want to know, should I go ahead? Should I marry that person? And so the answer to that question is, it depends. Yes, it actually depends. And I would try to explain what it depends means. So it depends, on one hand, on what the lady can handle. You as the lady that you believe are at the moment earning more than that man, what can you handle on the one hand? On the other hand is also this man that you want to marry, you also have to consider what can he also handle. So on the one hand, you the lady, what can you handle? On another hand, the man that you are intending to spend the rest of your life with, what do you think he can also handle? And I'll explain what I mean by handle. So let me come back to the lady first. So you as the lady that you are earning more than the man, what can you handle? In other words, can you handle the situation in your home, in your marriage, whereby for a period of time or even for as long as you live together, you are earning more than your husband? What will earning more than your husband mean to you as a lady? What will it do to you? What will it make you become? How would that be able to make you relate with your husband? So it depends. So it means that, for example, if you are earning more than your husband, will it mean that you will find it difficult to submit to him? Will it mean that you will find it difficult to accept his leadership? What is it going to do to you? Is it going to make you to begin to raise your shoulders? Will it make you begin to question his judgments? Will it make you question his decisions? Will it make you submit to him? Or will it make him become completely and totally arrogant towards him? Will it make him to begin to question everything he does? In fact, will he begin to make you to become the husband of the house and him becoming the wife? In other words, roles will change simply because you are earning more than him. And you are earning more than him has now turned to a situation where you cannot handle it. So you are that type of woman who, based on whomever he is, you would perhaps constantly be rubbing it on his face. You'll be rubbing it on his face. You'll be showing it to him that, yes, after all, who is bringing in the box? Who should be calling the shots? Is the person who is bringing in more that should be calling the shots. Is that what is going to make you become? Is that what is going to turn you into? So the Bible has made the functions and the roles of husband and wife very clear. He said, wife, submit yourselves unto your own husband. He didn't say woman. He said, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband. So the person required to submit to the husband is the wife. And it has no condition attached to it. He didn't say, submit yourself to your husband when you are earning less than him. No condition attached. You could be a managing director and you could be a gate man of your company. The Bible says, submit yourself. So if you are earning ₦1 million more than your husband, and it will not in any way infringe on your ability, impair on your ability to submit to him, why not? You can marry him. You can go ahead. So whether you are earning more than him or not becomes absolutely irrelevant, because whatever your status is in the society as compared to him, if your status in society in terms of your earning power is higher than him by far, it has no relevance to the bearing of how you relate with him at home. You come home and you are the wife. And you are the wife not because you are earning less. You are the wife because God has made you so, and your responsibility and duty is submission. So you submit to him, meaning that you can handle, you can handle the situation where, for whatever reasons, at a point in time, you are earning more than your husband. You can handle it. So it doesn't affect your submission. It doesn't affect your behavior. It doesn't affect your attitude. It doesn't make you disobedient. It doesn't make you arrogant. It doesn't make you, you are just your normal self as a wife, as you would have been if he was earning more than you. So it depends. It depends on you. Can you handle handling more? Can you handle earning more than your husband? If you can handle it, please go ahead. And handle means you will be yourself, your usual self of being a wife, and submitting to the man who is your husband in spite of the fact that you are earning far, far, far higher than him. So can you handle it? That's on the part of you as the lady. On the other part is, can your man also handle it? Some men are unable to handle their wives earning more than them. They just don't see it happening. They are just unable to cope with that. So it becomes a complex issue. It becomes a very negative, complex issue. You see them complaining, you see them grumbling. They can begin to put up a lot of attitude. They can begin to scream, shout. They find fault where there is no fault. They begin somewhere in their mind, they are thinking that the reason for anything the wife does is because the wife is earning more than them. So it means that such a man cannot handle it. And that can become a perpetual challenge in that marriage, a perpetual point of conflict, a perpetual point of problem in that marriage. In other words, the next 10 years, you will find out that if you begin to investigate the issues and the problem that surrounds the marriage, by the time you go left, you go right, you go look at it from various directions, what you begin to find out is that the man can simply not handle that the wife is earning more than himself. It's a problem for him. He doesn't see it happening. It challenges his leadership. It challenges his controllership. It just challenges everything that has to do with him as a man. It brings him into a place of complex inferiority complex. begins to look down on himself, he begins to shout, he begins to scream, he begins to find fault at everything that the woman does, because somewhere at the back of his mind is that whatever the woman is doing, he's doing it because she's earning more than him. So on the one hand, can you, the young lady, that you are earning more than your would-be husband, can you handle it? On the other hand, can the man that you want to marry, does he appear to you as someone who is able to handle the circumstance and situation where you are earning more than him? Can the man handle it? So you have to sit down very well and make that critical judgment, the judgment of ability to handle. What can you handle? What can he handle? If you can handle earning more than your wife, meaning you are earning more than him, and you are still a wife as described in the book of Ephesians chapter 5, absolute reverence for your husband, absolute submission, absolute honor, absolute respect, in spite of the fact that you are earning more than him, go ahead and marry the man. Then on the other hand is that you don't only have to look at what you can handle, you also have to look at what can your man handle. You know him, you've been with him, you've observed him for a while. You have to consider, do you think this man can handle my earning more than him? Is it going to be an issue for him? Is it something that he would continue to raise, maybe even in courtship right now? He's bringing up some issues. You go to the joint and the eatery joint to just have a nice time, and then it's time to pay. Maybe you just reach out to your ATM without even thinking, and then he's beginning to get agitated. Why is he doing? Oh, is it how she's going to be behaving? All of those things. It might just mean that he is not matured enough. You see, that's what I'm going to. The man you want to marry may not be matured enough to be able to handle the situation of you earning more than him. And it depends upon how long this would happen in your marriage. If it extends to 5 years, 10 years, and it's still the same, it can keep on being a reference point of challenge and problem in your marriage. I tell you something. The first 7 years, I've been married for a little over 20 years now. We celebrated our 20th anniversary last year. The first 7 years of our marriage, myself and my wife was earning more than me. Yes. For 7 good years, he was earning more than me. But you see, it was not a problem in our marriage because it didn't affect, she could handle it. She could handle it, absolutely. We were both in paid employment, and the fact that she was earning more than me, that was very obvious in the home, was not a point of reference as a challenge at all whatsoever in our home, because she understood the word of God enough to know that earning more than my husband has nothing to do with my role as the wife. So she played her role the way it was supposed to be played. She could handle earning more than it didn't. She didn't slap it on my face. She didn't bring it up in any way. There was no, and my wife is very plain. You can read my wife like a book. Very, very plain. You didn't see any kind of attitude, any kind of behavior, any kind of nothing. In spite of all our own challenges that we had, you could not for once trace it to her being, trying to prove that she is something because she's earning more than me. It made our marriage colorful. It made our marriage beautiful. And I could also handle it. You see, as a husband, I could handle it. My wife earning more than me was not a problem. It didn't give me any inferiority complex. I didn't feel threatened. I didn't feel anything. I was just myself, the leader of the home, and doing my very best to ensure that I run our home the way and manner God has prescribed in scriptures. But I tell you something else that my wife was doing, which is, which also goes a long way to show what can the person handle. Do you know that my wife sincerely will go on her knees and pray for me, pray for the husband, that God make it happen very quickly that my husband will begin to earn more than me. Can you imagine that? She would pray that prayer since, like I told you, my wife is very plain. It's like a book. You can just see through her. You can see her sincerity. You could see her, genuineness. You could see a strong, truthful desire that let that time come very quickly too, where my husband will begin to earn more than me. So it was something that she could handle, earning more than me. It was something that I could handle, having a wife that was earning more than me. So it didn't affect our relationship in any way at all whatsoever. Life was beautiful. Life was glorious. Life was good. She had the wisdom, God-given wisdom to relate with me as though I was earning more than her, even though the opposite was the case. And I had the God-ordained wisdom also to be able to handle it in spite of the fact that I knew that she was earning more than me. So it was not an issue. So to put that answer in perspective, earning more than a man as a woman ordinarily should not be an issue if you, as the woman, can handle it on the one hand, and then the man you want to marry, if he also can handle it on the other hand, it shouldn't be an issue. It should just be a walk in the park, just stroll into your marriage and have a wonderful time. If, however, you are seeing very strong signs that you, as a lady, will struggle to handle it, and you have seen some other strong sign that the man you want to marry may also, depending on his background, struggle to handle it, I would strongly advise that you see your pastor. That's why pastors are very important in our lives as Christians when it comes to matters of relationship. So if you have that situation right now, please don't wave it on the side. Some people did, and today they are regretting it. Don't wave it aside and say, oh, it doesn't matter. If you are seeing signs that you are going to struggle as a lady, or you are seeing signs that your would-be husband is going to struggle to handle that situation, go see your pastor. Let your pastor counsel you. Let your pastor advise you so that you would take the right decision. It's important to know what you can handle in marriage and what your would-be spouse can also handle in marriage, so that the Lord's blessings will rest on your relationship. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is glorious. Marriage is wonderful. And everyone can have a heaven on earth marriage. Yes, it is possible. It just takes wisdom, knowledge, discernment, and the right information from the scriptures. You will not miss your portion. The Lord bless you.